What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Congratulations, Chicago Bulls. You found yet again another way to embarrass the Chicago Bulls fans that watch your team every single game, and this one might just be the icing on the cake. Today we got a game against the Charlotte Hornets to talk about, and no, Charlotte didn't play well, but at the end of the day, they played better than the Chicago Bulls, and they picked up a very big win for their season, and the Bulls mentally collapse once again. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls overall game today. Who was your player of the game? Your thoughts and opinions on how well or how poorly the game went, and why do the Bulls keep struggling in these situations, in these moments where teams apply the pressure and the Bulls just fold. Again, it's just, there's a lot to talk about here. We lost this game 111 to 96. I do want to make out one apology before I continue this video. In my last, injury report, I said LaMelo Ball would be out for the Charlotte Hornets, and as we've seen, that was not true. LaMelo Ball played in that game. I think ESPN is where I got that information from. They pretty much listed him as out. But at the end of the day, whatever the case may be, I got that wrong. I shared that message to you guys, and that message was inaccurate. So I would like to apologize for sending that message out, because many people might have believed that with LaMelo Ball out, this was a winnable game for the Chicago Bulls, and LaMelo Ball played and we ended up losing. But either way, with LaMelo Ball or without LaMelo Ball in the lineup, this was a winnable game for the Chicago Bulls in every sense of the word. But we've crumbled once again. The Bulls in the first half had at least some sort of control in the game. Yes, it wasn't as good of a control as the Pacers game, but in the second half they collapsed big time once again. They crumble, they fall, they hide, they go back into their shell, hoping for God himself to provide the answer, because they don't have the answer themselves. And at the end of the day, we absolutely fumbled the bag here once again, ladies and gentlemen. A team that we are supposed to beat, a team that, again, was always seen as a winnable game, and we could not get the job done. And to be honest, as I said in the beginning of the video, at least I think I did, Charlotte didn't play very well. Charlotte were not the most amazing team out there today. If you go and ask a Charlotte Hornets fans, what did you think of the Charlotte Hornets game today? They would straight up tell you, they didn't play well. They missed 17 straight threes in a row. Their defense was worse than ours in some ways. But at the end of the day, in the second half, they came together as a team, and they played like a team, and their defense was much better than ours 100% of the time in that second half. But for the Bulls, yes, we got the players that are better than the Hornets, I guess. We got DeMar, Zach, Vooch. We've got a team around them that is capable sometimes. But mentally, and as a team, they don't play as a team half the time. They're a team of individuals half the time. They're a team that crumble half the time. They're not mentally strong. And at the end of the day, if you're not mentally strong, you're not going to get anywhere this season. And this is why this game, truly for me, has, not necessarily opened my eyes, but it kind of made me feel that we're not going to get anywhere this season realistically. I don't think that big run that we want is going to come from this Chicago Bulls team. I don't think that they can climb over this barrier anymore. At the beginning of the season, when people used to say that to me, I could see it. But it was a little bit of an exaggeration, because there's still so much ways to go. We are now way past halfway through the season now, and the Bulls are still suffering the same problems and the same fate as they did at the beginning of the season. So now, if people come to me and say, I don't think we're going to get anywhere this season, I think this is the level that we're going to be playing at for the rest of the season, honestly, I can't complain about that. And not only can I kind of complain about that, I agree with that. This Bulls team, I don't think is going to go anywhere. I really don't believe it. I don't know what can be done. Even if we made trades, I don't know what we could be done to make this team climb over that mental barrier, because it starts with our leaders and then it falls to the rest of the group as well. If the leaders are not mentally strong, well, we're not trading DeMar, are we? We're not trading Zach LaVine, are we? For those rumors about Zach LaVine and Westbrook, that's not happening. Just It's not going to happen. If that happens, then I would be questioning this front office heavily, because surely you could get better trades if you're going to go for a tank than the Lakers' 2 first-round picks that's 7 years away, or whatever the case may be. Surely you could do better than that. But at the end of the day, it's just not going to happen. We're not trading Zach. We're not going to trade DeMar. Maybe Vooch is up in the air. I don't know. There's a possibility, I guess. But even that I see as a little bit unlikely. So if the leaders are not mentally strong, then how do you expect a team full of role players and young guys to be mentally strong as well? The truth is that they won't be mentally strong. The only mentally strong person I think we have on this team right now, at least from our superstars, is DeMar DeRozan, because I don't think anybody else really is. And again, it all starts from them. It starts from them, and if they can't prove it, then this team is going to fall down with it. And that's why I think we have a team of individuals. That's why we crumble under pressure, because we're not a team that actually plays like a team together half of the time. It's great to beat great teams, but these are the opportunities that you let go to waste. You wasted this opportunity against the Hornets. You wasted this opportunity against the Indiana Pacers. This was 2 games. If we had won these games, one of them was in the grasp of our hands. To be fair, this game was a little bit more competitive. I'll give respect to Hornets in that retrospect. But if we had won these 2 games, all of a sudden we're 500 right now. And you're starting to believe again that this team can get the job done. But then you lose to the 14th team in the Eastern Conference. You lose a 21-point lead to the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference at the time, or the 9th seed, and now they're staying as the 9th seed. And now there's no hope left. There's nothing left for us, and now the belief is really gone. At least from my perspective, the belief of this team is truly gone. I think this is our level. Right now, I can't see us getting into the top 6. I can't see us, there's no chance we're getting into the top 4. I'll say that right now as we speak. Halfway through the season, we are not getting into that top 4 of the East. But we're not even going to get into the top 6. We are a play-in team right now. That's what we are. We'll finish around the 10th to the 7th seed. And that's about it. Good luck to the Bulls. Avoid the play-in. Not happening. Gonna have to try and survive the play-in. And that will be a big test for us as well, as we've already come to see. I just don't know how we fall off a cliff so easily. Again, our offense was so good in the last 3 weeks, at least. Even when we were losing, I'd say our offense was pretty good. But today, and the last game, we just collapsed on offense. You know, as I said before, Charlotte were not the best offensive team. LaMelo Ball really struggled in this game. I think he only made 1 field goal or 2 field goals by the end of the game. A lot of their team are not necessarily great 3-point shooters, and they missed 17 or 18 straight 3-point shots in a row. How can the Bulls respond to that? Let's go and shoot worse than the Charlotte Hornets. Let's shoot worse than them from the 3-point line. Let's make less 3-point shots than the Charlotte Hornets. And not only that, let's have less points in the paint. Our offense hurt us a lot more than our defense in this game, in my humble opinion. And again, it's another embarrassing loss by a team that's really been embarrassing the fans over the whole season, really. The inconsistent performances. A lot of people said that the Bulls may have shifted since that Minnesota game. To be honest, maybe for a glimmer of time we felt that way, but can I be honest? As I sit right now, where has the real change been from the Minnesota game till now? Sure, we may have won a lot of games in that time. Yes, we've been on a couple of 3-game win streaks, but guess what we've also been on? 3-game losing streaks. A lot of them, ladies and gentlemen. And now we sit here on a 2-game losing streak as we verse the Orlando Magic next, and we've already seen that they can beat this Bulls team as well. So this is extremely disappointing by the Bulls. And again, I really thought by this point in the season, losing to the bad teams or losing to the teams that are struggling at the moment, these are the teams that you thought, alright, maybe at the start of the year, we're inconsistent. Everybody's inconsistent at the start of the year. We can turn it around. We're halfway. We're not turning it around. I don't think we can turn it around even if we wanted to. So, by the trade deadline, look, AK, Eversley, the Bulls front office, You need to make a trade, at least one. You can't just sit there and look at this team and say this team is good enough to wait till the buyout market. You can't. What are we going to get from the buyout market? You're basically hoping and praying that someone will fall to you in the buyout market. There's no real, news or evidence that players will be bought out this season in the buyout market, or at least the players that you want. So you gotta take initiative. You got to force something to happen. You need to make a trade. This is not a panic trade anymore. You've taken your time. You've waited as much as you can. Do not let this opportunity go by with you just standing there and doing nothing. We needed Andre Drummond in this game, but yet again, the Bulls didn't play him. And the Bulls barely play him anymore. So, what's the point in keeping him here? He's not accepting his player option if he's not going to play. 100%. The guy literally came here to earn more money in the future. So, there's no way he's accepting his player option if you're not going to play him. That's one thing. So why keep him here? Why is he still here if you're not going to use him? I want him to be here, but I'd much rather get someone else that we're going to use if Andre Drummond is not going to play. Guys like Javonte, you've got to heavily consider about maybe getting rid of. I like Alex Caruso, but he has a lot of trade value. That might be a conversation here. I don't think anybody is safe from a trade at the moment. You got to do what's best for this team. And right now, this team is not playing like it should. It's not playing like it can be. And this team is not anywhere near the best it is. So, time to make some moves, ladies and gentlemen. It's really now or never. How many... What is it? We got a week? More than a week? I can't remember when the trade deadline actually ends, but I don't think it's too far away from now. We don't have that much time left. You gotta take initiative here. I mean, seeing losses like this on a constant regular basis, we need someone that's going to be mentally tough on this team. More mentally tough players. Bring them in, because that's what we're lacking at the moment. And I don't know if that can necessarily be solved the way that it currently is. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls video. Our next game is against the Orlando Magic. Bulls record, I can't even remember. We're 3 games below 500, I think. Anyway, have a wonderful, safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.